Okay, let's start by saving our part. Day 4. Now let's create a sketch on the right plane. Okay. Let's now create a following profile with L, starting from the origin, here and here. The first length is 124 millimeters. Now this height will be 45 millimeters. And this angular dimension will be 50 degrees. Okay, let's now continue from here with another line, 5 millimeters length. Now to complete our profile, we will create an offset. So press O and select this line. Then -3 millimeters and hit OK. Now let's close the sketch with line, one here, and one here. Okay, let's close the sketch. Now let's go to Revolve command. The profile is already selected. Now let's choose the axis and hit OK. Let's add some fillets. Select these edges, 40 millimeters, and hit OK. The second fillet will be for these edges. So let's select these ones, 5 millimeters, and hit OK. And the third one will be for these ones, 1 millimeter, and hit OK. Great, the first part is finished. Let's now go to bodies and rename to pan. OK. Let's now create an auxiliary plane. Construct offset plane. We choose the front plane. Now let's drag the arrow. And the distance will be 160 millimeters. Okay, let's now select the plane and create a sketch. Then rectangle, center rectangle, click and drag. Okay, let's now put some restrictions, vertical restriction between these 2 points. Okay, let's add some dimensions. This one will be 20 millimeters, 30 millimeters for this one, and the distance from the center to the origin, 25 millimeters. Let's now close the sketch. Okay, let's now extrude with E, drag to the inner side of the pan. Okay, change operations to new and hit OK. Okay, now we will learn another operation. In this case is combine. Target body will be this one. The tool body will be pan. Operation will be cut. And we want to keep the tool, so keep tools and hit OK. This body has been split into 2 parts. This part, right click and remove. And we kept this other part. Now let's add some fillets. Here, here, and here too. 4 millimeters and hit OK. Okay, these two parts are independent, so let's combine them. Let's go to the combine command, select this part and this part, operation join, and hit OK. Now this is the combined part, so let's rename it to pan again. Now let's add a 1 millimeter fillet for this edge and hit OK. Great. Let's now create a sketch on the right plane. Let's now convert this edge to a line with project P and hit OK. We will use it as reference. From the center of this reference, we will create the following profile using line, then hit escape. Okay, let's now start adding dimensions. This distance will be 25 millimeters. Okay. This length is 40 millimeters. 200 millimeters for this length. Let's now create a sketch fillet, selecting these two lines. The value will be 90 millimeters. And the angle between these two lines, it's 150 degrees. Okay, now it's fully defined. Let's close the sketch. Okay, we will create a new type of plane. Let's go to construct, plane along path. Select this sketch as a path. The first one will be at point 2. This distance takes the full path as 1 unit. So if we put 0.5, for example, the plane will be generated at half of the full length. Let's hit OK. Let's create another one. Select line. And this one will be at the end, so at 1. OK. Okay, let's now organize our construction planes. This one will be 1, 2, and 3. Let's start with plane number 2. Create a sketch. Deactivate the pan. Create a circle, center circle, and a diameter of 17 millimeters. Okay, let's close the sketch. Now we have the first sketch. Let's go to plane 3. Create a sketch. Now let's create an ellipse. From the center, click here and click here. Okay, let's add the dimensions. 45 millimeters by 20 millimeters. It means 45 for the major axis and 20 for the minor axis. Now close the sketch. Okay, now we have a few profile sketches and a path. Let's activate the pan and then go to Create, Loft, select these profiles. Okay. Then for guide type, choose centerline and select this path. Okay. For operation, new body and hit OK. Now let's add a fillet, 7 millimeters, and hit OK. Great. Now we have all the parts. Let's rename this part to handle. Let's now create another auxiliary plane. So let's deactivate the handle. Select this face, construct offset plane, and 2 millimeters for the distance. Let's activate handle again. Let's now rename this plane to 4. And now let's create a sketch on this plane. Circle, right above here. The diameter will be 11 millimeters. And the distance to the origin, 25 millimeters. Then add a vertical restriction for these two. And close the sketch. Then extrude, drag to the outside to cut all, and hit OK. Let's now create a fillet, 1 millimeter, and hit OK. Let's now select this face and create a sketch. Place the circle at the center, 5 millimeters, and close sketch. Let's now extrude a cut, minus 12 millimeters. Hit OK. Okay, let's now zoom in a bit, select this face, Q, and we will create an offset of minus 0.5 millimeters and hit OK. Okay, let's now select this face, go to create thread. Let's check that it's M5, modeled, and hit OK. Okay, now it's time to change from part design context to assembly context. Fusion right now is considering everything as a multi-body part, not as components. In this case, the part is A4, and the bodies are handle and pen. To change to assembly context, we need to select handle and pen, right-click, create components from bodies. As we can see now, we have independent components, and A4 is no longer a part, but an assembly. By default, Fusion grounds the first component. We can change this simply by right-click on ground from parent. And for example, if we want to ground pan, just right-click, ground to parent. And as you can see, pan cannot move and handle is free. Okay, let's now assemble these two parts. Let's go to Assemble, As Built Join. This kind of assembly mode is for parts that are already in place, like these ones. So let's click on this one, select this first part, then the second one, and type rigid and OK. Okay, now both components are assembled. Okay, the next thing we will add a washer and a screw. Let's go to Insert, Mac Mastercard component, Lob washers, give it a click, metric, M5. Let's select this one, 3D step and download. Let's move it a bit so it can be seen and hit OK. Okay, let's now insert the screw. Go to Insert, Mac Mastercard component, and screws, metric, choose M5, and a length of 12 millimeters. Let's select this one, 3D step and download. Move it and hit OK. Now let's assemble these parts. Let's now go to assemble. We cannot use any more as build join because these are not in place. So we will use join. If I place the cursor over the edge or faces, you can see the reference points, but if I move it, disappeared. So to keep it in there, you can press Ctrl, and now if I move the cursor again, they don't disappear. Let's now hover over this face, press Ctrl to lock the reference points. I will select this point. Now let's go to the other component, hover the mouse over this face, Ctrl, and choose this point. Okay, now let's flip and hit OK. Now the washer is assembled. Let's do the same thing with screw. Let's go to assemble, joint, hover this face, Ctrl, click the other component, hover over this face, Ctrl, click, flip, and hit OK. And now we have a fully defined assemble. All the parts are in position and restricted. Okay, let's now add a decal. Let's go to Insert, Decal, Insert from my computer. In my case, it's a PNG image. Select the face. I will adjust the angle and scale down a bit. And hit OK. Let's now add an appearance. Press A. Okay, this can be applied to faces or bodies or components. Let's look for rubber. Let's choose this one, drag it to the component. You can double click to change any property you want. And done. Okay, something important to consider is that this is only an appearance. This means it doesn't modify the physical properties of the material. So for now, it's only visual. Okay, let's go to close. Now let's add another decal. So let's go to Insert, Decal, choose your image, and select the face. Scale down and center it a bit, and hit OK. And now we have completed our beautiful pan. So thanks for watching.